Blog Talk
Hello,
Radio.
everybody, and welcome to Goddess Sista.
Hello. How's everyone? Good. That's
Fabulous.
great. That's great. Well, tonight we're going to be doing something a little special. We're going to be having the host, one of our hostesses, Miss Sista Love. She's going to be hosting tonight. She's going to be talking about some real powerful things about the pineal gland and nutrition to activate it. And we're going to give the floor to Sista Love. Sista Love, can you go into what you're going to be discussing tonight?
All righty. I'm going to, I'm having some issues with my computer right now.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. Tonight, do you feel like you could be taking your meditation and psychic ability to the next level? Have you been feeling stagnant on your spiritual journey? Well, this could possibly be a result of chemicals you are unknowingly putting into your body. Join us tonight as Goddess Sista Love, myself, discuss the common substances we consume that block our gateway to higher consciousness, our third eye. I will dispel the myths of so-called healthy foods that actually contribute to the calcification of the pineal gland, as well as ways to combat and reverse the damage that has been done. So that is what I'll be discussing. Okay, now myself, I'm a certified holistic nutrition. I'm certified in holistic nutrition, and I'm the creator, owner, operator of Love Yourself Nutrition Coaching, LLC. I created the company to help assist my community in healing from the inside out through healthy eating habits. I educate my clients on their current food choices and how and why they may or may not be negatively affecting their body. Love Yourself Nutrition Coaching offers nutrition coaching with love, by love, and through love. I'm here to help you, motivate you, and encourage you to obtain good health through good nutrition. I started this journey of nutrition when I had a bone marrow transplant. I had a bone marrow transplant because I used to have sickle cell disease. And when I went through the process of the transplant, they gave me chemotherapy. And chemotherapy is basically poison that they give you. I mean, they poison your body. So, and I could feel it. I mean, I went through all of the symptoms of chemotherapy, lost hair, all the things, vomiting. And as I was going through that process, what I kept thinking was, first of all, this was at Johns Hopkins. There are so very many people there with cancer. I was like, this is not right. Like, does no one see that this is like a pandemic? It was ridiculous. It was always crowded. The building parking was always a headache. And this was every day. I was going every day. So every day there was all these crowds of people with cancer. And so I'm just like, what the heck is going on? Like, what is going on? Is it the water? What is it? Why is so many people suffering from this? And this is before I then began my nutrition journey. So then I began learning, and Tahuti, who is a he's a herbalist. He sells herbs. He used to have all these videos. Well, it was him and then Dr. Sebi. So Dr. Sebi cured someone of sickle cell. So I was very, very curious as to how he did that. And he did it through food. And so I watched a lot of these videos and researched on my own, as well as I went through my own detox of the chemo based upon, I started out with Tahuti's detox store, his full body detox. I did that full body detox, and then I began juicing. I started researching juicing, watching all these documentaries on nutrition and health and how it affects your body and your health. So I went on, I juiced every day, every single day. I detoxed my body from this chemo. I stopped taking all my medications for a long time, and so I went through this. This is my own personal story. So, but as I went through it, as I learned more, I realized that a lot of people are going through health problems as a result of food, simply because they don't know foods. They don't know which foods are harmful to them. They don't understand how foods affect their health and their body. Because myself, I thought I ate healthy, but the more I learned, I realized that I didn't eat healthy. And a lot of the things I was eating were contributing to, some of the symptoms I was having. So, which was maybe like weight. I had weighed more than what I wanted to weigh. And also with having and living through that disease and listening to Dr. Sadie, realizing what I was eating and consuming contributed to some of the episodes, that I had or whatever. So anyway, on to the subject matter at hand, which is the pineal gland. So now our pineal gland can get calcified, and a lot of the things that we consume on our standard diet could calcify our pineal gland. The water we drink, the water is fluoride. We go to a dentist, and we get these fluoride treatments, and that directly and quickly calcifies the pineal gland. Okay, so the pineal gland, the mind's eye, scientifically known as the pineal gland, I already said that, is considered to be the gateway to higher levels of consciousness. So we're trying to get our highest levels of consciousness here. The pineal gland is a small pine cone-shaped endocrine gland in the brain that produces and secretes the hormone melatonin. It is believed that the pineal gland is responsible for the release of DMT. And DMT is, has us going to other dimensions and levels and things like that. So our pineal gland helps us to go to different dimensions, help us to ascend and communicate with, the other dimensions in our spirits and whatnot. The pineal gland is believed to be the principal seat of the soul. The pineal gland has many functions, both physically and metaphysically. So keeping it functioning is at full potential should be the priority of everyone seeking a healthy mind. Consuming excessive amounts of fluoride, which I talked about, is considered to be a risk factor. And it's partly because fluoride collects in extremely high amounts in the pineal gland, causing faster calcification. And calcification of the pineal gland is when it begins to harden, and it gets it hardens, so we don't want that to happen. And because the pineal gland is so important, since it secretes melatonin and serotonin, and then melatonin is what makes melanated people. And melanin is everything. Melanin has all vitamins and minerals. Melanated children are born smarter. You have your listening functions are more than people who are not melanated. Your taste buds, your vision, all of these things are increasing, heightened under a melanated person, a black person. So it is very important that our pineal glands are not calcified and that we take care of our pineal glands, because that's also take care of our melatonin. And that's what makes us us. That's what makes us the higher species of humans roaming the planet. So that's very important. And fluoride can also decrease melatonin production. A poor diet laden with preservatives, chemicals, and pesticides are a major risk for calcification of of the pineal gland, as well as premature aging. So some foods that contribute to the calcification are like hot dogs, processed foods, over-processed sweets and sweeteners, cakes, cookies, pies, all the things that are bad for us contribute to calcifying our pineal gland. And I want to tell a story. I was at this grocery store, and at checkout, the girl that checked me out, she was asking me about red kale. I was getting red kale because I was juicing it. She was like, oh, and I told her about it. And she goes, oh, yeah, because I eat, she was telling me that she eats Greek yogurt with protein, and she adds protein to the Greek yogurt. Excuse me, and so I began to think about that. So I started to think about when we feel we're eating healthy, but we're really not. When she's eating this Greek yogurt, first of all, it's dairy. Dairy is a food that we should avoid like the plague. Anything that comes from the cow, the dairy cow, it should be avoided. And it contributes to the calcification of the pineal gland because they give the cows antibiotics and all types of medications and hormones. And these medications and hormones they give these animals directly decalcify, directly calcify the pineal gland. And so she's eating Greek yogurt with some type of added protein she did. So she's got her yogurt and her protein. So she's eating protein. Now, dairy is liquid protein. I mean, milk is liquid protein. Yogurt is made from spoiled milk. So that is liquid protein that you're eating. And so people think that dairy is to get calcium, and that is a myth. Because when you're eating protein, protein inhibits calcium absorption. So your body is not able to absorb this so-called calcium from this animal product that you're taking in. So she's thinking, I'm getting my calcium and my protein, and the protein is actually harming her because it's too much protein. So she got protein and she's adding protein. So she's taking calcium. She's not allowing her body to absorb calcium, which she needs. Women, we need calcium. Men need calcium too. So, but the best way for her to get her protein and her calcium is to eat spinach and to eat almonds. This is what she should get because you don't want to have too much protein because too much protein is not good for anyone. So she was overweight, so she wasn't really going to do much. She wasn't going to put much of a dent in her. We have the right mindset, and it's good to want to eat healthy, but you have to know how to. Because I thought I ate healthy too. I ate yogurt. I ate that stuff, but I was still huge. Like, why am I still big? Because I wasn't eating properly. I wasn't eating the right types of fats and the right, because you don't want fat from another animal. Like and then we're taking the hormones. They're giving these animals estrogen. So a woman is taking an estrogen, and she already has estrogen. So where is this extra estrogen going? It is stored in our uterus in the form of tumors and fibroids. So we want to stay away from dairy products completely, and this contributes to the calcification of the pineal gland. But the types of foods to start to decalcify your pineal gland, we need to first do an apple cider vinegar. You take like 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar 3 times a day. And that will begin to make your body more alkaline. An alkaline body contributes to the decalcification of your pineal gland. It contributes to your creating a dis-ease-free environment, because dis-ease cannot live in an alkaline environment. Alkalinity is what our body is supposed to be. We're electric like a battery. And so alkalinity is anything pH above 7. pH above 7, pH 8 and above, that's the alkalinity level in which you want to be. Anything below 7 is acidic. Anything acidic is a detriment to your pineal gland and to your body as a whole. So we can start with apple cider vinegar. drinking, 3 tablespoons 3 times a day. Yeah, 8 tablespoons 3 times a day. Not too much because it's kind of bitter. And I give my son apple cider vinegar every day, like a tablespoon just once a day. He's a child, so. And then you can also eat foods rich in iodine, like seaweed and kelp, and other foods such as cranberries, green beans, kale, dark leafy greens, bananas, shrimp, lobster are also rich in iodine. If you're a vegan, then you just don't want to do the shrimp and lobster, just stick with the other vegetables. I'm on my way to vegan. I'm on my way. Not only does iodine support thyroid function, but it also is important for the pineal gland. And we know that pineal gland and the thyroid are related. They're really close. Those organs are very related and very important in our bodies. So iodine helps to feed positively these organs. And also iodine helps to remove sodium fluoride from the body. And that's important. And raw cacao powder, I eat that like every day. Raw cacao powder is organic chocolate, rich in antioxidants, magnesium, high in iron, good source of protein, that fights free radicals that keep our brain healthy. This can also help to stimulate your pineal gland and help to detoxify it. Chocolate, people. Raw organic cacao powder. Like that's the good news. I mean, I eat every morning for breakfast. I love my chocolate breakfast every day. Also, coconut oil. Coconut oil nourishes the whole body, even the skin and hair. The greatest benefit is that it nourishes the brain and detoxifies the pineal gland. Coconut oil is rich in medium-chain triglycerides, which are converted to ketones in the liver. Ketones have been shown to restore neurons and nerve function in the brain. And also herbs. These herbs, gotu kola, nourishes the whole brain and pineal gland. Alfalfa sprouts and parsley both help to energize the pineal gland. All of these herbs and many others, pretty much any herb, all herbs, help to detoxify and decalcify the pineal gland, can help to stimulate and detoxify the pineal gland. Light, the sun. Light reflected by the retina stimulates the pineal gland. Our eyes need to be exposed to indirect sunlight on a daily basis. So if you wear sunglasses, make sure you take at least a short break from them daily. Just don't stare directly into the sun, of course. This supplies us with vitamin D, which is important for the brain's health and even helps to fight depression. So some foods that are acidic, which can be detriment to the pineal gland. Anything acidic is a detriment to the pineal gland and contributes to the calcification of the pineal gland. So overindulging in beer or hard liquor, wine and spirits, those are acidic. I have some probably because of the high sugar content of these types of drinks. And also condiments like ketchup, mustard, those are, and white vinegar are very acidic foods. Coffee, I don't know why it says pepper, soft drinks, and medicines. Aspirin, all drugs, all over-the-counter drugs, all drugs contribute to a detriment to the pineal gland. Most medications, how they work is they go and they remove melatonin from your body. And anything removing melatonin, we don't want anything to remove our melatonin. And that's what most drugs do. We want to try our best to stay away from the medications. If you take medications daily, just have a high, just include a lot of raw whole fruits and vegetables in your nutritional diet. I hate that word diet, but in your lifestyle. Some alkalizing vegetables include alfalfa, barley grass, beet greens. I love beets. I love beets. Broccoli, cabbage, carrots. I just learned that carrots are a liver detox too. Cauliflower, celery, chard greens, chlorella, and I have some of that in my cabinet, which I need to take every day. Collard greens, cucumbers, dandelions, and edible flowers. I don't know which flowers are edible. Eggplants, fermented veggies, garlic, green beans, green peas, kale, my favorite. Hope I'm not boring you guys to sleep. Basically all green leafy vegetables, onions, parsnips, peas, pumpkins, just, the food that comes from the earth, tomatoes, watercress, wheatgrass, wild greens, dandelion root. Bought some of that today. It's funny, I was getting the dandelion root, and the grocer, the guy who I talked to when I came up there, he's like, I've never seen anyone buy those. I was like, yeah, they're good for I've never seen. I said they're good for detoxifying the liver. They're a really awesome detox. And then when I was checking out, the cashier was like, what is this? I said, dandelion root. He was like, oh, I had to taste. I said, it's very, very bitter. I said, but it's very, very good for you. It's good for juicing. I said, I juiced it. But it was just, when I talked to the grocery with the guy, I'm like, do you have this? Do you have that? Let me know about that. Man, they're really nice. When you go, because that's where I shop at. So I'm always in the real food section, not the fake food. So I get to know them. And they're like, what is this? I was giving them little tips on, things like that. So this is always nice to teach people. I love educating people on what is good for them to eat. All right, so some alkalizing proteins, almonds, chestnut, millet, tempeh. One thing about tempeh is it is soy-based, so be careful about tempeh. If you do it, or tofu, you must buy it organic because that's soy, and soy in this country is genetically engineered. You want to stay from genetically engineered modified foods. They definitely contribute to the calcification of the pineal gland, and that's purposely. That's on purpose.
Absolutely. You know that.
And the fluoride in the water, all of that is premeditated. It's a war. There's a war with the food on the people. They're really trying to kill us with the food. Also include chili peppers, cinnamon, curry, ginger. I just made some curry shrimp the other day. Very heavy on the curry and turmeric. Yeah, and red pepper. Red pepper is so good for alkalizing and clearing out the body. So if you want to drink alkaline water, or you can alkalize your water by just putting lemons in it. Just water. We'll take a pitcher with water, lemon, and put cucumber. It'll kind of dull the bitter of the lemon. And that is Bandigat alkaline water instantly.
Wow.
So, and lemons are inexpensive at the store. You just buy a lemon, slice it up, throw it right in there, and the next day or maybe in a couple hours, drink it and drink it all day. Also, lemon cucumber water also helps flatten your belly, and it's a good beginner detox. Like if you're really, overweight, then and you're looking. If you're really I'm not gonna say if you are, let's say, diabetic, or you're really sick from your eating, and you're just really just trying to start something, start somewhere. You don't know where to start. Don't starve yourself. Start by drinking lemon cucumber water. Start there, and you'll notice that you'll start you'll start clearing out. You'll start peeing more, which is a good thing. This is a good thing. You got to get those chemicals are coming out. So that's a good beginner, and that's so drinking alkaline water, that alkalizes it. And it's just a simple way of alkaline. I mean, because buying alkaline water is expensive. I know because I buy it all the time. So, but a cheap way to do it is just, it's just lemon cucumber water, and you can just drink that every single day, and you'll notice that's a beginner detox. Then that's a good one. And they put mint in there too, like a mint leaf, just to kind of spice it up, give it a good flavor. Or you can even take strawberry and blueberries, put them in water, and bam, that's your vitamin water.
And
there's
much better than store-bought.
Yeah, there's no chemicals in the stores, none of that, and it's all natural. You made it, and I love it. I love taking strawberries and cutting up ginger root, put it in a jar of water, and then it sit. It is so good. That is so delicious. Yeah, so good for you. So these are ways to detox. And as you are decalcifying your pineal gland, you're also detoxifying your body at the same time. So anything that's causing you to be overweight, diabetes, high blood pressure, heart problems, these symptoms are also letting you know that your pineal gland is calcified and you're having some insults. Your body is telling you to stop. It's telling you to pay attention, and please put some living fruits and vegetables in my body, in me. Please. It's talking to you. So, yeah. Wow. Any questions, Mystic Feather?
Yes. Let me put you in the hot seat, Sister Love.
All right. I love it.
Well, I love that you talked about the diet and how important that is for the pineal gland. What would you suggest people do that might not have access to, organic foods and fruits and vegetables to, be able to make those juices and things like that? Do you have any alternative way that they can still nourish their pineal gland and still be able to get the full effects of the activation if they're not able to get access to the fruits and vegetables?
Okay. As far as organic and non-organic, I advocate on my Facebook page. It's basically just for people to know. When I first started juicing, I didn't buy organic. I didn't even know about organic stuff back then. And I just went to the grocery store and bought my juices and juice. And I noticed a difference. It wasn't organic produce. It was produce at the grocery store. But what you do want to know is you want to ask your grocer where are they getting it from. Because my grocer, they get their stuff from local farms. You can also go to the farmer's market. Find a local farmer's market. They're usually inexpensive. I'm not talking about the Amish market. I'm saying a farmer's market. The Amish market, they be tripping. But I want to get prices. But a farmer's market, if you can't, just go to just a regular grocery store and just start out. It's like start where you're at. Wherever you are and you want to make this change, start where you're at. Just go to your grocery store. Kale is so cheap. It's like $1.19 for a bushel of kale. And one bushel of kale is going to make you like 30 or 40 ounces of juice. One bushel of kale. So
right.
It's very inexpensive. You don't have to go organic when you're starting out. All of my produce is not organic. I don't always buy organic produce. I don't. Because the power of the type of vegetables and fruits that I am consuming are so strong and so powerful in their alkalinity, in their nutritive value, and I include lemon juice with lemons with my juices, and so I'm getting and then ginger, so I'm getting such a benefit from these fruits and vegetables that the pesticides or what have you or whatever, I don't think that it hasn't been a factor for me. I'm not saying that I couldn't use a detox from the metals and the pesticides. I mean, you can also do a detox from that by just drinking, by maybe every once in a while buying the organic lemon and putting it in your water. You don't have, everything doesn't have to be organic. Just start where you're at, whatever you can afford. If you're going to start juicing, just whatever juicer you can afford. If you just go do the bullet, whatever you want to use that product. There's no, I mean, there are top line ones or whatever, but when you're just starting out and you're just trying to get the benefit of whole fruits and vegetables, and you're starting to change over from eating processed foods, and you're starting to change over from eating fast food, and you're taking these steps, it's a slow process. You're not just gonna jump into it. Okay, it took me years to get to the point that I am at, and I'm not where I want to be. So, and that's why when I coach people, I keep that in mind, that it is a process, and I don't, and it's slow. I meet you where you're at. Where are you? You eat meat 3 times a day. Okay. Just take one meal a day and take the meat out and put a salad in, and you're gonna notice a difference. I meet you where you're at. So yeah, you do not have to have organic. If you can't afford organic, go to a farmer's market. If you don't know where a farmer's market is, go to the grocery store. Go where you can get it. The point is to get it.
Right. Now,
what mindset?
Now, what is your opinion on powdered nutrition drinks? Like, they have a lot of superfood powders, and it's one in particular I've been kind of eyeballing called VitaForce, and it's like they dehydrate all of the vegetables and fruits, but they take the water out, the nutrients and all of the fruits and vegetables, and then you mix it with water, and it's supposedly even better than, eating a bunch of fruits and vegetables. What do you think about those types of powdered drinks?
Anything that's better eating fruits and vegetables is a lie. So nothing's better than what the Creator put and what the Mother Earth, the planet that you was born on, what the Earth produces naturally for you as a natural habitat of the planet. There's nothing better than that. Now powders are good to add. Are good, like, there's this powder they have at Mom's Market, some type of green something powder, and I add that to my shake. I don't have that as just my nutrition. It shouldn't be your sole. It shouldn't be your sole form of nutrition. As an additive, yeah. But like my very, very good friends who I make shakes for, juices for sometimes, they're on the run, and so they just buy those packs and put it in the water and drink it. And, it's, excuse me, if you are nutritionally challenged, where you're eating a lot, you drink a lot, you used to drink a lot of sodas, if you're going to have this powder with water versus the soda, do it. That's a good change. That's a good substitute for a soda. Yeah, do it. But don't be like, this is my nutrition, this is all I need. No, that's not. It's a good, like, it won't replace a meal.
Right.
But it's a good additive. It's good in addition.
Right.
I mean, yeah, I'm holistic. I'm all natural. So for me, I'd rather go to the fruit or vegetable that has that benefit versus something that has been chemically enhanced. So, but it's a good additive. I buy a vegan protein powder that I get from the vitamin shop, and it's all vegan protein powder. I don't use it that much because for me, I can't digest a lot of protein. My digestive system doesn't. But me, I like my digestive system to be regular. So when it's slowing down, and I pay attention to that, then I don't, I slow down. Like I can't have too much protein, and that's my body. That's my biochemical individuality. Everyone is different, but the human body really only needs 5 to 7 grams of protein a day.
Right, and you touched on sodas and things like that, and earlier we were all having a conversation about these parents that their little girl, she went in the refrigerator and she stole a well, they said stole, but she took a grape soda out the refrigerator, so as punishment they made her drink 2 liters of grape soda, and it killed her. And, so it's like, even these drinks that, people are drinking with the sugar. And see, the thing that happened with her was the soda killed her because of the high amounts of salt. So if her little body couldn't take the high sodium intake, there was no balance there, nothing to balance out the sodium. And that's what killed her. Just like, if you're drinking too much water, that can kill you as well, because if you're depleting your body of sodium, which you need, you could kill yourself that way too. So too much of anything can be harmful to you. And, I know breaking soda habits could be hard, but before you know it, you could just, like Sister Love said, you could start with, like, fruit water. Putting fruit in your water. And if you need sweetener, try raw honey or try agave nectar or even stevia as alternatives to just, get you to break that habit, because it is a habit once you start drinking sodas. And because my habit wasn't sodas, it was more like sweet tea and lemonade. But now I just really drink water as, my primary drink. The go-to is just water. But, it could be real, real stressful when you do this detox.
Well, the thing is that the sugar is actually a drug. We react to sugar the way cocaine, the way people act to crack and cocaine is literally a drug. And so you don't have to feel like bad because you're craving it. It's a drug, and it's meant to be that way. It's meant for you to crave it. The chemicals the way they process it, the chemical itself that is sugar, and then the aspartame that they put in the sodas, which is horrible. And that aspartame eats your brain cells. So do not drink. Do not drink.
Or
artificial sweeteners. These directly affect the brain negatively. We want to stay away. And it's not easy. It's not easy because it literally is a drug. The chemicals, our bodies want them. They crave them. But that's how they created it. They created it to be where you crave it and you want it. But just think about what it's doing to your body, and just slowly, if you drink soda a day, maybe drink half a can of the soda a day, or mix it with water or something, half a can, or do fruit juice, and even fruit juice can have a lot of sugar. If you do fruit juice, mix that with water to dilute that sugar out. Well, what I did with sugar, because even now, oh my gosh, I still love sweets. I love them to death. So that is my thing. And I stopped buying sugar totally. I started transitioning in my kitchen. I just stopped, so I don't buy sugar anymore. So there's no table sugar. And I put agave. And so I use agave and honey, and I buy honey. So those are the things I use for sugar. But, of course, there's still cakes, and there's still pies, and there's still cookies. So what I do is I don't buy the cookies. I don't buy the cake.
Right.
In that way, I don't have it to tempt me. Because if it's there, I'm going to eat it. If it's there, I'm going to eat it. What you?
And everybody has some sort of weakness. You have the Oreo cookies. They're vegan, and it's the thing about it, it's just everything in moderation. And it's like you said, it takes time. I've been juicing for more than 5 years now and introduced Sister Love to this lifestyle. So it's kind of like, it just takes time. Each year you find out something new and you add it on. Add it on to your list. You know, you take away the white salt and add sea salt or Himalayan salt. And just like they said with the fruit water, to make it easier, you can prepare that the night before. So you don't have to worry in the morning if you're rushing, trying to get yourself together, get the kids together. Prepare that the night before, you know. Just to try to go back on topic about the pineal gland, I was reading there was some other ways, too, also to be able to open your pineal gland up. Essential oils. Did we touch on that?
No.
Haven't done? Nope, not essential oil.
Okay, so that can help stimulate the pineal gland. And
which oil? Is peppermint oil?
No, actually, it's sandalwood, frankincense, parsley, pink lotus, and mugwort. And what you can do is you can inhale them. Make sure it's 100% essential, you know, oils. But what you can do, you can inhale it directly. You can put it on the palm of your hand, rub your hands together, and then kind of cup your hands and just take a deep breath in, blow it out, and, you know, do that a couple of times. Or you can burn it in a diffuser, or even, you know, add it to your bath water. You may be doing your monthly spiritual bath and want to add that, you know, that to it. Also, there are crystals that can open the pineal gland. I think we, when I went on a trip to Arizona, and they had so many shops with crystals, it was just like heaven. And that's where I got my first amethyst and quartz crystal from. But those are some crystals that can help open the pineal gland. What else? Moonstone, rose aura, sodalite. They say any type of crystal that's like a violet or dark purple, indigo type color can be used to open up and balance the 6 and 7 chakras. And what you do, you will place that right on the third eye. Some people call it the first eye, but, you know, I think most people know it as the third eye, right between your brows. And you just kind of leave it on for 15 to 30 minutes a day, and that's supposed to help also decalcify the pineal gland. I read also, which I'm interested in purchasing, they said sacred geometry cards. They said that's good for opening up the pineal gland, and it's good to look at them. You just look at them for 10 to 15 minutes a day. They say you don't try to figure them out because your subconscious mind would do that for you, but those are good to look at. And they say also before you go to sleep. They say before you make love, and they say especially if you're trying to conceive. And they say they're good to also to have your children look at them also, so that they can unlock certain codes that are within them. So I'm on the hunt for some sacred geometry cards. So if you guys or any of the listeners know of any that's a good deck, just shoot us an email or hit us up on Facebook and let me know, because that's something I would like to try and see where that goes. But that's just holistic out of my 2 cents.
All right, holistic gal. Right. We have a caller that has a question. I'm going to bring them in. All right. Caller, you're on the Goddess Suite.
Hello, Goddesses.
Hello, Goddess.
I have a question. Actually, I have a question slash comment.
First of all,
all right.
Can you say your name, Goddess?
Oh, sure. It's Nubian Twist.
Nubian Twist? Oh,
yes, girl.
Nubian Twist.
Nubian Twist. That's my new goddess name. Y'all been talking about being goddesses, so I'm a goddess. I'm going to graduate to a queen like Nefertiti. Hello. But I got to first learn everything I need to learn so I can unlearn all the garbage that they have taught me over 52 years, so I can relearn the new things that I need to learn to move forward in this new life.
Absolutely.
To that level, then I will graduate and transcend from a goddess to a queen.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes,
take your rightful throne.
Oh, yeah, I am so excited about this new spiritual walk that I'm going through with you guys and listening to your station. But, who's it, Love? Stacy Love? I'm sorry, hon. What's your goddess name?
Sister Love. You can call me Stacy Love.
Sister Love, sorry. I got a little mixed up here. You made a comment about the nutrition, about where you can purchase fruits and vegetables, organic types of vegetables, and you kind of crashed on the Amish people. Now, I live in an area where we have Amish markets, and we have farms down here, and there's fresh fruits and vegetables. So is there something wrong with the Amish? Because I have gone to those stores, and I tell you, when it comes to having pure, fresh foods, I think they're the one to go to. So is there something wrong that I need to know? Because you did kind of kick it to the curve.
Go to the farm and get it directly from them, that's good. Now, where I live at, there's an Amish market, and it's expensive. So it's not, it's not where they grow it. They're bringing it here from, wherever. And
wait. You said that the Amish is bringing it from somewhere? Because they actually homegrown everything where they're located.
Yeah, but where I live, it's more a little urban, so there's no Amish places here in this area, so they're bringing it in from wherever they live, wherever they're producing it. And it's probably, the closest here is probably Virginia or Pennsylvania or something, so they're coming quite a distance. And but at this particular market, the different vendors, the different farmers, they're a bit pricey. So now there's a farmer's market down the road, and it's an actual farm, and you go and you can see that this is a farm. You actually own the farm at the market, and I get food from there as well, and it's in whatever's in season. So if I go there and they're all out of whatever, tomatoes or whatever, that's because it's not in season. And so I'm purchasing in season. So, yes, where you live at, if there's an Amish farm where you're at, go, do it. If there's Amish market where you're at, go to the Amish market. That's
so it's good to go.
Yeah, it's nothing.
So I was kind of concerned when I heard that. I'm like, wow, we got a couple of Amish, well, actually farmland, and there's Amish people down this way.
Yeah, no, they're fine. They're fine. Okay. They're fine. Nothing wrong with their food. The particular market where I live at is just a little bit pricey, but pricey.
Yeah, I mean, everybody live in different locales, so I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't going to go there and buy something that's going to kill me or make me fat.
No. In general, the Amish are all natural, and they're natural farmers. And so, yeah, that's a good place to purchase products and food, nutritive products is fine.
Okay. And then the other question that I have is I don't use toothpaste to brush my teeth. I use toothpaste. And I understand there's, fluoride in toothpaste? Isn't that also a killer for the pineal gland or pineal gland? If I'm saying
absolutely. Yes. Absolutely. Yes.
Yes, it is.
It's
so I understand Crest or Colgate, can't remember which brand. One of those brands have the highest concentration of fluoride. So if people are still brushing their teeth with toothpaste, they need to stop brushing their teeth.
Yeah. You can get fluoride-free toothpaste. Most only health food stores, they have fluoride-free toothpaste. Or just use baking soda.
That's what I use. I use baking soda. So I was going to ask you, was that also a good product to use to brush my teeth? Because I use baking soda to brush my teeth.
Yeah,
that's great.
Baking soda and peroxide, that's all I use.
Yeah, baking soda, peroxide, and if you need flavor, add some cinnamon oil or some spearmint oil to it to get that fresh. But normally just the baking soda and the hydrogen peroxide should do it.
Okay. And also, just last and final question, can Sister Holistic Gals tell me where can I find those oils that she mentioned a second ago so I can buy some and start breathing them so I can really get my I want to be like that lady in that movie that's coming out called Lucy so I can use all of my brain power and start moving stuff and jumping into vaults where the money at.
Yes. Yes. Well, you could go. One of my favorite herbal companies, of course, is thehealthstore.com. I've been using his product for, I'll say, more than 5 years too, and all his stuff is great. Also, another site that he referred to us that's in his herbal class is pinherb.com. They have a lot of essential oils. Their herbs are organic and wild harvest, and that's another good one. I think those two companies are probably the best. Just want to make sure that they're essential, because sometimes they filter them with other stuff. Who knows what other type of chemicals it may only be a couple of drops of the essential oil, and then they have majority carrier oil, which could be like almond or jojoba oil, something like that. So definitely thehealthstore.com or pinherb.com.
Okay.
And I just wanted to plug one more place where you might want to try to get some herbal soaps or body wash. I had received some soap actually from one of our guest wives named Sansaray, and she has her own business called Yael's Moon essential oils and soaps. If you go to the Goddess Sista Facebook page, you'll see her. She'll advertise, all the chemicals. She'll put out a lot of useful information about the chemicals that are in all of the products we use. It's like over 400 or 500 chemicals in the products that we use on our body, especially as women, because we like to smell good and all of this stuff. But she has natural, holistic soaps and creams and lotions and those types of things. So the lavender soap that she gave me, it smells so good, Nubian Twist. It's scented up my whole room. I mean, it was just pure essential oils. And then she sent me, a couple of weeks ago, she sent me a free bar of soap, and this was the rosemary mint soap, and it was also really refreshing. Rosemary is good for your memory. If you smell rosemary, inhale it. It's really good for your memory as well as mint. And so she combined the two. She told me to use it for mental clarity. So when you're using the soaps, have the intention of what you're using it for. So since it's rosemary and mint, and therefore those types of things to keep your mind clear, you just set your intent that I'm using this to keep my mind clear, and it is really refreshing. So I just want to plug her. You just check out the Goddess Sweet page, and you'll see her posting things, and I just wanted to put her on blast because they're like family too. So
that's good. That's good because I am trying to reach out and do all the right things and the proper things, because I'm not getting any younger. However, I don't want to keep doing all the things that I'm doing now. Well, I'm kind of doing good, as far as my juice. But as far as the chemicals that we have, like if you go to the store, any store, Walmart, CVS, I don't care what store, even these hair shops, you go in there and you want to buy products. Now, I wear dreads. Everything that they have for black people is a little small section, and everything is fruity. And I'm like, I look on the other side, I'm like, but they got way more products for our counterparts, if you want to call them that, and less stuff for us, but everything that we have is always smelling fruity. We smelling like watermelon, strawberries, cherries. Like, what's up with that?
Definitely an agenda. I mean, just like the Pantene line they have for African American women.
We can call it that.
I think it's called relaxing something. But anyway,
relaxing natural.
People were saying don't use that because they put some stuff in there that's not good for our hair, and to just continue to use because Pantene is some good shampoo. So, but I know it probably still has a lot of chemicals and things like that. But they were saying it's best to use theirs than ours. You gotta. I mean,
the lady that you mentioned about the natural soaps, she may have some good shampoos because I don't want to put in my head. And our people need to understand, especially our black women, need to really, really pay attention to what they do to their hair with those chemicals, those perms, and those relaxers and dyes, frying up their hair. That stuff is seeping into their brain.
Yes. Yes, when doctors used to do autopsies on black women that were permanent hair, when they would cut the scalp and cut into the scalp, it would be a whole layer of perm just laying on top of their brain.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Just
it looks
laying
like
there.
Be mush.
Yeah. So just imagine, no wonder we so crazy, because it's like you feel all that stuff. All these years of your life, and no wonder the black woman's angry. I mean, really, perm.
On top of the hair dye. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So how can a woman get rid of that and try to, if she's interested in wanting to open up her, be connected to her spiritual side and open up her, I cannot say, is it Pineal or Pineal? How you say
it?
Pineal gland. How can they open that and connect to that if their head is full of chemicals?
Well, you got the detox. You got the detox.
You think that'll work for them?
Yes.
Years of chemicals build up underneath their scalp like that? I mean,
to me, you got to have the right mindset. Anything is possible. And I'm a lover of sound healing. So, I think sound healing, meditation, because, sound is very important because we were brought into existence through sound. Our body vibrates to sound. That's why when we hear drums and music playing, we can't help but to move our bodies because that's the core of our existence. So, and there's been plenty of studies on the frequencies of music and healing and how they heal your mind, body, and spirit. So I believe that any dis-ease or any thing that's getting your body out of balance, keeping your body from being in balance, can be healed. You just have to have that mindset. I mean, you can have a toe-up heart. Your heart can be full of clotted arteries and everything, but if your mindset is there to make that conscious choice that you're going to heal yourself, then that's when the healing begins. So I'm thinking if you got a brain full of perm, hey, you got the power to speak that perm out your scalp and rejuvenate and restore yourself back to perfect health and balance.
Or do a grapefruit detox. Juice grapefruit. Man, grapefruit will say everything. I mean, even if you are on medication, you can't even eat grapefruit because it will just take it all out of your body.
And it's just interesting how, the perm it hasn't even been around, it's been around less than 100 years.
Was it Madam Walker who created that, or did she create the straightening comb?
Yeah, she created the straightening comb. Now I know that the perm that they used live, I guess from potatoes or something back then to get that straight hair back, to look more like our counterparts. But so it's just been embedded into our history that straight is better. But actually, you got to think about it. Our hair defies gravity. Everything that goes up must come down except black people's hair. How special
it's reaching out to the sun.
Well, I understand reading the video, listening to a YouTube video about our cultural hair, is that our hair is actually being magnetically connected to the sun. Our hair is drawn to the sun is why it won't come down.
Right.
It's a connection with the sun.
Right. So how ironic is it that they bring out these perms in those times to stifle our growth and, keep us, to keep us basically from being aware of who we truly are, because that really be a stunt. You know, you think about all of the inventors and people, black people that have invented and are so creative. All that creativity comes from within the pineal gland.
Mm, yeah.
You know, and for you to straighten the hair or putting chemicals in your hair, and it's just doing nothing but decalcifying the pineal gland.
Yeah,
making you all crazy.
It's calcifying it. You think about all that perm, that's definitely calcifying your pineal gland. It's for anything affecting your brain negatively. It's not good. I know, like, when I go to the Dominicans, if I go to the girls that I always go to, she always wants to straighten my hair. And just how much it's grown. And I hate it like that. I hate it when it goes down. I hate it because I don't feel like myself. You know, I don't feel right. Because my hair isn't reaching out to the sun. It's just going down. And I hate it. And it stays straight forever. It lasts as if I had a perm, and I haven't had perm since 2009, so I hate it. So what you said, Sister Nubian Twist, Goddess Nubian Twist, about reaching out to the sun and magnetic. Yeah, I'm feeling like my magnetism is low.
It can't be low because you're melanated. We all have different textures of hair, and that also may have a lot to do with who your ancestors are.
Yeah.
You know, I have what they want to call nigger hair. I really do. You know, I don't have that hair where I can go get it washed and blow dry and curl it. No way. It's not going to work. So I decided about 3 years ago 4 years ago, I cut my hair. I shaved it. I shaved my hair bald. Took some scissors, cut my hair off, got some clippers, and I shaved my hair like Michael Jordan. And I said, wow. My hair felt so free. I actually felt free. I'm like, whoa, I feel really, but then I forgot I had to go back out in the matrix and go to work. I didn't want to scare nobody being 6 feet tall and 250 pounds with a bald head. No. So I had to go buy some of them wigs and put them on my head and slap them on. But needless to say, my hair started growing back a little, and then I started getting a twist, and now 3 years later, my hair is like on my shoulders.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you for allowing me to, join in with you guys.
Well, thank you for calling.
We love to have
you. I'm going to go to the Amish store now and start buying some fresh vegetables and stuff and bring them up to you guys because I'm down here with all the cows and chickens and pigs and everything all day. There's about, I don't know how many farms down here. But it's a lot of them. In the summertime, I think they take some manure. I don't know what kind of smell that is that roams through here, but it cuts your damn breath off. So I asked her, I said, what is that smell? When I first moved here, I'm walking around covering up my face. People looking at me like, oh, she must be new around here. I said, hell yeah, what is that smell? Oh, that's the farm cultivating their land, but they're using manure.
Well, you know what? Human manure is going to be the staple of energy. I just seen where Bill Gates had created a machine that actually it takes in human waste, and then the outcome of the machine is that you get pure water. Now,
wow,
I saw him drink. Right, I saw him drinking this water. I'm like, what is the word?
Well, let them drink that water.
Exactly.
I would trust Bill Gates because he funded this. He funded a study
on Ebola.
When they took not Ebola, but when they were crossing a orange and a banana and making a new fruit, like an orange banana, and they were genetically engineering bananas to and feeding this supposed this place in Africa, this village in Africa. They're feeding them these hybrid bananas, feeding it to Africans.
Wow, yeah, can't be trusted.
They're using us for these experiments.
Like they've been doing for years.
Yep. So yeah, is funding this research of, because in Africa their potassium is really low. Well, they can eat plantains to get potassium. Come on,
yams, you know.
I mean, exactly. It's like, get out of here. They just try.
Right. I mean, this human manure thing. I don't know if this human manure thing is, you know, part of their collective consciousness or what. But then today I've seen on TV that they're trying, that in one country, I can't remember the country, but they're using human manure to process and turn it into fuel for vehicles. And because, you know, there's methane gas that's inside the human manure, and they take the manure and they process it and they get the methane gas out of it, and then they use it to fuel the vehicles. And they're talking about this might be cutting-edge technology, you know, human manure. They're like, we have to use it for something because it just pollutes the earth. But, you know, I don't know what this agenda is with this human waste thing going on, but we can go into some deep things about manure because we were talking about earlier Brother Panic and his video talking about when he used to work for a record label and how, you know, when porno was just getting started back in the day, that, you know, he had all the access to getting all the kind of different porn. So, you know, one of our counterparts, you know, wanted to get all this weird porn with animals and all of this stuff. So he said, but then it started getting crazy because they wanted porn with people, you know, having, and I'm gonna just say, shit in each other's mouth, shitting on each other, rubbing it in, and defecating for the, you know, they mean to use purpose, but you know, you all know what I'm talking about. So, long story short, he was saying, and Dr. Africa talked about this, and he was saying that this is part of the nature that, you know, when they lived in the caves and they didn't have anything else to use but shit to make things. They didn't have all of the things they had in the other land to make things and be creative with it. So they would take it, rub it on themselves. Sometimes they would use it as protection to keep people away from them and so forth. But he touched on something that really made sense. He said, why do you think now that they love mud wrestling? They invented mud wrestling. He said, rubbing it all on them and jumping on each other and wrestling in mud, you know. So basically it's just in their DNA, and that they're remembering on a subconscious level that this is something that they used to do, so they invent these games, because they invent a lot of different types of games, and you're like, where in the world did they come up with this stuff from, you know? So the human defecation agenda, that's what I'm going to call it.
Right. He made up a whole new term.
Right. It is, I don't know, it's going on strong, and maybe they're touching on something that's in their DNA of remembrance, and that's why they're craving to use this method to produce water, produce fuel. I don't know. But it's just ironic to me that, you know, that this is the way they're choosing to create water. But when you think about it, the water that comes out the faucet is pretty much recycled water too.
Yeah, it is. I worked at the water treatment plant in D.C. That water that we flush in our toilets and take showers goes right back to a system called a centrifuge. And that centrifuge pulls all that stuff out. I mean, we flush stuff in our toilet, paper, whatever, you throw it in there. All that trash comes out of that water, and they have these big trucks. If you see them on 295, those big trucks with the big tarps over them is loaded with poop. And the water goes to this thing called a centrifuge, and that's when they go in and dump all these chemicals in that water to purify the water. Now, the most freshest water in the D.C. area is over there closest to the Woodrow Wilson Bridge. If you ever go over there and see people fishing down up in that little hole down there, it'd be cars sitting on the side of the road just past the water treatment plant off to the right heading towards Virginia.
Right.
People be down there fishing because there's catfish down there big as humans.
What?
No joke. And I worked over there for about a year, and every day I threw up every day because it smelled so bad. But you stay there for like an hour, you kind of like don't smell it anymore because you in there. But you have to get used to it every single morning. So I was tasked to go down to where they actually separated the garbage from the water that came from different houses, because that particular center used water, purified water on the Maryland side, the Virginia side, and D.C. side.
Wow.
They service those people within that area. They service all those people, and you can imagine all the kind of stuff that's going in those toilets and the water that's coming back to them, and then they filter that water right back to your house.
So it's no
that same water you flush is the same water you're going to end up drinking out your tap water.
Thank God I have a filter.
I mean, you have a filter to catch some of those metals and stuff that's in that water. You're not going to catch the chemicals that's mixed into it, like the fluoride that we talked about.
And you know, people who are fortunate enough to live like in areas where there are fresh springs, because you can go online and do a search. It's a website. Can't think of the name, but you probably can Google it. But you can type in your zip code, and they'll tell you they're free springs that you can get pure spring water from. And you just have to do the search. Now, if you live like in places where it's a lot of land and you're not near the city, you're more than likely to find it. But if you're living near the city, I checked. We live near D.C., so it's like no hassle.
But I think it's one in Virginia. It's called something Springs in Virginia. What is it called?
The water is free when you go to these springs. You can get the water for free. So
sounds good. But also remember this about the water that we drink. I don't drink water from the tap anymore, and I don't. I think this thing, the two of the lesser evils. If I have to drink bottled water, okay, so be it. But drink water from the kitchen, knowing that you have people who are taking medications, got high blood pressure medicine, diabetes. I mean, all types of illnesses. They're peeing in their toilets. How much that can you get out of that water?
Not much. How
much chemicals can you put in there to kill off those kind of diseases?
Not much. You know what? Now, one thing that I do know is that you can change the vibration of your water, because water is programmable. So now this is for people
speak to the water.
Right. This is for people who might not have, money to get purifiers or things. Sometimes you just got to override it with, the good old subconscious mind. You got to put in that work.
And crystal quartz in the water.
Yeah, throw crystal. I mean, if anything, I'll put out there. It's a stone that I use for my water, and it's called shungite. Now, shungite is it's a black stone, and it's found in Russia. And this stone has the highest vibration of purifying water. It purifies it on the highest level. So when you put this stone in your water for like 2 days, it not only purifies it, it brings it up to high vibration of healing too. So, and actually, they got a Nobel. The man that was studying, he got a Nobel Peace Prize for doing a study on the shungite stone, because they actually use it. Like, say for instance, you might be hiking and the water is dirty and whatnot. You can actually take it and put it in purified dirty water. And they actually use it for like water pitchers to purify the tap water as well. So
Britta.
this is and this stone it's fascinating because the myth behind the stone is that one day the stone was going to be worth more than gold. And when I first heard it, I was like, more than gold? How in the world is this stone going to be worth more than gold? But when you think about it, if there's some kind of catastrophe and we can't get fresh water, you can use these stones to purify the water, and that will make that stone worth more than gold because, you know, water, you somewhere you can't get no water and you got all this gold in your pocket, it's not going to serve you no good. You need to drink water. So I just advise people, if you can ever come across that stone, just try to get you a couple of them because, you know, in case of some kind of disaster where you can't purify water and use it for that. And also speaking over your water so you can program it. And if you want more information, look up Dr. Emoto. He's a Japanese scientist, and he did all kinds of studies on water and the effects of speaking over water and how the vibration changes. And actually it's like visual. You can actually see the changes of the water too. So when people would think that thought over a glass of water, when you put it under the microscope, the water was just, it was dark, it was ugly, it was murky. But when he had people pray or speak good thoughts towards water and he put that water under the microscope, it would make these beautiful geometric patterns. And these geometric patterns are kind of like the patterns you see when you're in meditation and you see the sacred geometry in the meditation and all of these different geometric prisms and stuff. So all of that is good. As I'm saying, you know, for people who don't have access to getting, you know, good bottled water and things like that, you can always go back to the primitive subconscious mind and still put in that work with that water and keep yourself healthy, or buy a couple of stones. So there's a lot of alternatives to you know, drinking healthy water.
Yeah, there is. Water is
and that's good tasting water too.
What you say?
Yeah.
No, I said, and that's some good tasting water too, with the shungite stone in there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is such a pure taste. I never tasted water like it. It's just a pure taste, and I just put a couple of stones in there and just let it sit for a couple of days, and also just put your intent in the water too. You know what you want the water to do, what you want it to do, and bring to you, because your body is 70+% water. You know, so that's why it's important to keep your body hydrated. And also when you're praying or speaking your affirmations, your body is water, so you're vibrating those words within your body. So, you know, that's the connection to water. Actually, it's a little meditation I was going to throw out there concerning water before we end the show. That it's an exercise that you can do before you go to bed. So I'll throw it out there later, though.
Oh, okay. I was going to just go over some foods that would help to detoxify the pineal gland by alkalizing our bodies. Okay, some foods, and I went over some of these earlier, but we have some newer listeners online. So some foods, some alkalizing vegetables. You want to eat alkalizing vegetables such as alfalfa, barley, parsley, beets, beet greens, broccoli, cabbage, carrots, cauliflower, celery, chard greens, collard greens, cucumber, dandelion, eggplant, I think I said garlic, green beans, kale, lettuce, mushrooms, mustard greens, onions, parsnips, peas, peppers, pumpkins, radishes, sea vegetables, spinach, greens, spirulina, sprouts, sweet potatoes, tomatoes, watercress, wheatgrass, wild greens, dandelion root, shiitake mushrooms, apples, apricots, avocados, bananas, berries, blackberries, all of our whole fruits and vegetables, and raw. You want to eat them as close to raw as possible. Like almonds are very alkaline, chestnuts. Oh, that's what the here. Whey. She was putting whey protein inside of her Greek yogurt. So I'm like, what the? Chili pepper, red pepper, cinnamon, curry, ginger, herbs, sea salt, turmeric. I'm throwing that in there. Apple cider vinegar. We want to take apple cider vinegar directly decalcifies the pineal gland, as well as foods high in iodine, like kale, shrimp. And those foods help to decalcify the pineal gland. So we want to try and decalcify so we can raise our vibrations to get to our highest level of meditation, and so we can talk to our spirit guides and source, the Most High, of God, Goddess, to talk to us, and our own higher self to tell us things. So we want to definitely decalcify our pineal gland. Oh, and coconut oil helps to detoxify your pineal gland and decalcify it. It's very good for your brain. So those are some fruits and vegetables to throw out there of our new listeners. Maybe they didn't catch it earlier. All right. If anyone has any nutrition questions or comments, they can chime in, and I'll ask. I'm Sista Love of Love Yourself Nutrition Coaching, here to offer my nutrition coaching assistance to all who want it. So, and you can also follow me on Facebook, Facebook.com/S as in Sam, N as in Mary, J Nutrition, Facebook.com/S and J Nutrition. And my website is www.snjnutrition.com for nutrition coaching services. That's where I can be reached. But follow me on Facebook, like me, and follow me. I'm also on YouTube at Love Everlasting. I have a couple of videos on there, how to make homemade almond milk and some of the shakes that I drink every day. I even have a blood pressure juice video on there and my green juice video. My blood pressure juice video. I make my blood pressure juice for a friend of mine who has high blood pressure about once a month, and it keeps them from having to really take their blood pressure medicine as much. It works. It will naturally lower your blood pressure. I've tested it myself. It 100% works.
All right.
Yep, those recipes are available when you contact me for my services.
All right. Do we have any callers?
Now everyone's listening in.
All right. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. So, another way that, you can activate your pineal is through my favorite way, through meditation. And a lot of work has to be done in the heart area. What I'm finding out, to really unlock a lot of the powers that the pineal possesses, I would recommend that you really go into the heart chakra and do a lot of heart chakra work there, because once the heart is healed, that's when the manifestations happen. That's when the dreams, that's when the pineal gland can really, really, really activate, because you've done the work in the heart, the sacred heart area. So I would just recommend, looking up some meditations that that are chakra meditations or full body chakra meditations. Now, in the future, we will be discussing the higher chakras. Right now, everybody knows the basic 7, but we'll be going into from 8 to 12 in the future, the ones that really nobody discusses. So, 8 to 13. But right now, just try to, do a lot of heart work. Get your heart cleaned out. Forgive, love yourself. Go inside, do a lot of self-work, a lot of work on yourself, and get your mind clear. So the next step could be that full activation of the pineal, and then the crown chakra, because the crown chakra is where we receive all our higher knowledge from our higher selves and from the source creator. That's where we get it all. And a lot of times when that chakra is the crown chakra, when it's activated, you'll feel it. You'll feel like some kind of chills are just running all through your head. And also that's associated like with angels, and you see halos. Or you might, even though we associate halos with angels, we all, once our crown chakras are activated, the halo is activated around our head, and you can feel it. It feels like cold wind. So I would just suggest that that's the route that you take, doing a lot of chakra work and meditation, but just really start with the heart, before you move on to the powers and the levitating and all of those types of things. You want to have your heart right, because you don't want to get, like me, I had an awakening and the heart wasn't completely clean, so then fear will come in, and so you'll be scared of everything that you're seeing and going through, and you don't want to go crazy. So just do your heart work, because then that way you'll be able to understand what you're seeing. You see a disincarnate spirit, you'll know, okay, this spirit, just hasn't accepted that it's time for them to go to the next level, so you'll know what to do. But if your heart isn't in the right place, you're going to have fear there. You see the disincarnate, it's going to scare the shit out of you. You're going to be upset. You're going to be scared. You're levitating in the bed. I mean, all of this shit I went through. Excuse my French, but this is what I went through. So I'm just telling my experience. But if you don't go there first and get that right, it's hard to deal with what you're going to see, because when that pineal is activated, you'll see and experience things that you've never experienced before, things that, the average Joe would tell you you're crazy. So you want to definitely go within the heart. And it's a little exercise I was going to give out to do, and it's using water. So before you go to bed at night, get you a glass of water, and make sure it's in a glass, not a plastic container, but a glass. And you're going to hold it with your fingertip, put it in front of you where your third eye is. And what you're going to do, you're going to close your eyes, and you're going to think about whatever it is that you're trying to achieve at the moment, whether it's a goal, more insight, you want to recall your dreams, whatever it is, you're going to program the water using your third eye. So you hold the glass of water up to your third eye, and you project from your third eye the thoughts that you want to program in the water. And you do this for maybe like 2 to 3 minutes. Set your intentions in the water. After you do that, drink half of the glass of water, and then put the other half of the glass of water next to your bed and cover it with like a sheet of paper or something. And when you go to, and as you're going to sleep, speak your goal as you're falling asleep as well. So what you're doing, you're programming that water, and your body is made of 70% water. So whatever your intentions were, you drank them. And then you also have it by your bedside. The water is by your bedside. So when you wake up the next morning, drink the rest of that water. And just whatever it is intentions that you put in there, just forget about it. Don't even focus on it. Just know that it's already taken care of, it's already done, and go about your day. and just see what the outcome is. Do you have better dream recall? Are you able to love better? Love people better, more unconditionally? Are you getting rid of, especially if you're trying to get rid of certain blockages that are in your energy system. You might be a person that's not vocal. You don't like to really speak your thoughts. You might be scared of other people's opinions. So if that's something that you want to work on and change, program that in the water. And just go over the exercise, and then just step back and just see the manifestation, see what happens. Because we have so many powerful modalities here that God gave us to use, and we often overlook them. You have earth, you have water, you have air, you have fire. All of these elements our ancestors were very, very in tune with, to get answers to the keys of life, get answers to their problems that they can't understand. Just turn to nature, and just listen, and it'll speak. It'll speak to you and give you the answers that you're desiring.
Wow.
And yeah.
That's a wonderful practice. I'm gonna try that tonight for sure. And I'm going to dust off my shungite crystal and put that in my water.
It's those shungite, people. I'm telling you, it's SHUNGITE. I want you to research it, because anything I put out here, I want you to research it, because ignorance is bliss. You want to know what you're doing, what you're taking. Don't take our word for it. Do your own research on it. But this is a wonderful stone. It's just like God gives us everything we need down here for real, to get through. And that stone is a very powerful stone, and we don't know what the future holds. So if you have the means to buy a lot of them, I recommend you buy a lot of them, because one day that myth might come true. It is worth more than gold. We don't know, but you can never be too. You can never be. You can never go wrong having a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Because you can still use them every day. They're recyclable. So, just think about that, and especially people who are in need of healing. Because, like I said, that water is like at the highest vibration when you're after you've done the purification of the 2 days. And then also add other crystals. Like I put shungite in my water. I add rose quartz and crystal quartz. So you can magnify the properties even more by adding different stones for whatever purposes that you're trying to use. Now, when you're doing that, just make sure that you look up and make sure that stone or crystal doesn't have some kind of property in it that might can poison you, because pyrite and lapis lazuli, which has pyrite in it, those are like heavy metals. So you don't want to ingest those. So you just want to make sure when you're making your crystal water what types of crystals that you're using, so you won't harm yourself as well. And because there are certain types of crystals, certain densities of crystals. Certain crystals are softer than others, and if you put them in water, like selenite, if you put that in water, it's done. It's going to melt. So you just want to, so you just want to know exactly what you're doing. So just like I say, research.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about, kind of touch on something Dr. Africa was saying about the food we eat and how we were taught, why we were taught to eat certain foods. Now, we were taught our eating habits from our captors, the Caucasian, the European.
Yes.
Now, the Caucasian, the European does not have melanin. Their pineal gland does not have melanin. So the food they eat does not negatively affect the melanin or their pineal gland like us. We children of the sun, we have melanin. We are melanated. Melanin is all up and through us in our skin. It's everywhere. It's us. We are spirit. We are melanin. Now, the food that they teach us to eat is what calcifies our pineal gland, what robs us and steals melatonin from us. They can eat that. They can eat that meat. They can eat those chemicals because their bodies can take it better than our bodies can. That's why our people suffer from high blood pressure the most, diabetes the most. We are we're the most amount of people that are having those dialysis because our kidneys have to be flushed from all the sugar or what have you and all the chemicals. And so the food that we eat, the standard American diet, is not created for the melanated child of the sun, like Dr. Sadie said. Y'all brought us over here, but y'all didn't bring our food. You can't. A brown bear doesn't eat the same thing a polar bear eats. They just don't eat. They don't eat the same food. They're not from the same. They're not from the same area. They're not from the same habitat. You know, they don't. They don't have the same environment. The cave people, their environment is different. They eat meat. I mean, not that melanated people in Africa didn't eat meat. Yeah, we. I mean, I don't know. I'm not an ancestor. The thing about it is, Africa now has been colonized, so they eat meat, yeah, but they've been colonized, and a lot of the diet is based on colonization of the Europeans. So, and like Native American, they ate like deer and buffalo. This is wild meat that's fed on grass and fed on natural ingredients. You know, so that's different now. So what they're doing to the food now, all the chemicals they're feeding the animals, and the antibiotics, the pesticides they're treating the plants with. So this is the industrial business of farming. This is the business of farming. At this point in time, when we're eating, we're participating. It's a business. It's an industry. And so they're doing whatever it takes to create and produce the most of a product, to sell the most, to make the most money. It has nothing to do with your health or your nutrition. So that's why we must stay aware and abreast into what is going on with our food. And we must eat what we as melanated people are supposed to eat, which is whole, raw fruits and vegetables, mostly whole raw fruits and vegetables. Now when Dr. Africa was saying that all medications rob or take melanin from your body, take melatonin. And I'm going to share something. Like me, I do take a medication, and I have all of these blotches, all of these light blotches all over my skin. And as I'm listening to Dr. Africa, I'm like, that's why. Because my melatonin is being robbed by this medication and by, I just eat some processed food. So, and I'm thinking I need it. So I'm listening, what do I do? So this is what you do. You need to eat dark green leafy vegetables, kale, spinach, and also dandelion. These are detoxifying foods and vegetables, and fruits like grapefruit, oranges, pineapples, and try to eat them in season. Like a lot of that's something in season, but watermelon. These are foods watermelon is not in season now. Do not buy any watermelon from any store that you see because it's going to be seedless, genetically engineered watermelons, those little basketball watermelons. Don't buy those.
Right. Oh God. I hated seeing those this summer. All these watermelons with no seeds. I'm like, what is this?
Totally unnatural. And don't eat that. And they're in the store now. I can go to the grocery store right now, and I can get a watermelon. Those little basketballs, beach whatever. They're there because they're not right. Like, it's not watermelon season. So that's how you know you don't want to eat that. Our bodies, our bodies do resonate to eating what's in season. Our bodies know the season, and we know the foods that are in season, and so we should eat what's in season. So right now, kale is in season. There's kale and spinach and dark green leafy vegetables and beets. They like cooler weather. So that's in season. So eat all the dark green leafy vegetables you can stand, because those will help decalcify your pineal gland and help put the melatonin back in your system. And see, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get my melatonin back naturally. And that's how to naturally do it, is dark green leafy vegetables, because of, and what Dr. Blair said, because of the photosynthesis and because of the chlorophyll from the sun.
Absolutely.
The vegetables that get their food and energy from the sun are the foods that we are supposed to eat, because we get our energy, we get our melanin from our pineal gland resonates to the sun. We are children of the sun.
Absolutely. And that's. Can you talk about the how the sun activates the pineal gland also?
Yeah, the sun. When we sit in the sun, it charges the pineal gland. I'm gonna read that to you.
That's also a free way, people, to get that pineal gland activated. And I mean, especially when the weather, if you live someplace where it's warm, if you're fortunate enough, go outside and take in that sun, because that sun helps energize, purify. So really take advantage. As Sister Love is looking for.
Yeah, I found it.
Oh, you found it? Okay, go ahead. And I'll talk about this
light reflected by the retina stimulates the pineal gland. Our eyes need to be exposed to indirect sunlight on a daily basis. So if you wear sunglasses, just, take a break from your sunglasses at least once or twice a day, and stare at the sun, but not directly at the sun. And also, when you absorb the sun's rays, you're getting vitamin D as well, which is important for brain health and even helps prevent depression. So the sun is a very vital, the sun, that is like the word of the night.
Right.
Good foods that get their energy and color and vibration of the sun are the foods that we should be eating, and these will help to detoxify the pineal gland and help to open the pineal gland and help our vibrations. When I started juicing and eating these fruits and living fruits and vegetables that are still vibrating from the sun, they're still living and vibrating. When I began putting those vibrations into my body, I started to vibrate to that level, and I was filled with love. And the sun vibrates on love. These plants vibrate to love. So that's why my company is called Love Yourself Nutrition Coaching, because once you start putting these raw, living fruits and vegetables that are kissed by the sun and get their nutrients from the sun, and their food is the sun, you will begin to feel that way, that love, and you will feel that high vibration of the sun. That's what we're supposed to feel every day. That's what we're supposed to eat. That's how you decalcify your pineal gland. The sun.
All right. So this is a great discussion about the pineal gland. This is it. I was about to say something, but it's probably another show. So I'll just say this. When we were talking earlier, I was talking about my husband has this plant, and the plant, it bended with the sun. It was like, okay, the sun was more to the left of the window, and it was like bent over there towards the sun that way. And then he was like, oh, my God, look, the plant moved over to the right, where the sun, moved over to. And I'm like, damn, it sure did. It just bent. So, I mean, it was just amazing to me, because this plant is really a living being, and it's intelligent. It has intelligence, because it has to have intelligence in order to, bend with the sun. So just imagine how the sun can heighten our intelligence when we intake it and intake enough, because it's sad that, as Black people, we don't get enough vitamin D, which comes from the sun, especially those that don't live in, sun-infused areas, But we need that sun. That sun is like life to us,
Yeah.
And you have to get it. And I don't know how many people notice, but a lot of times it seems like, even if you're living in a sunny place, sometimes it seems like they might be trying to block the sun out. I know here we have a lot of chemtrails, and sometimes you'll see all that smoke up there. You can't really see the sun.
Right.
So but the sun is still there. Just still get outside if you can, and absorb it, and so you can reap the benefits of the sun. I mean, the sun has so many nutrients, vitamins, and energy. You can live off of the sun. You could be a solar being. There are people who sun gaze, who don't eat food or drink anymore. And the scientists are studying this. Look it up for yourself. There are people out here who don't eat food. They're light beings. Well, they call themselves light beings or solar beings. But, these types of people are out here who can do this, But even though they're saying this, I always wonder, well, okay, if that's the case, then how do the people that are like in Africa that they show starving to death, I mean, they're in the sun all day long, so I just, I have to look at both sides of this. I'm like, okay, these people are living off the sun gazing. So what about the Black people in Africa who are in the sun dying of heat, and then they die of starvation? I mean, I don't know if that was just an illusion that they sell us on TV, because, growing up, we would see these commercials all the time with the little African babies with the big bellies and flies flying all around their face and stuff like that. So, I don't know, but...
Well, maybe the people that are sun, bathing and gazing, they're meditating on the energy of the sun, and this is my food, I don't need food. And they are making they're creating that environment for themselves. They're meditating and making it true for them. So
right.
They're just like, I'm hungry. They're not meditating in this time. They would sit and meditate and say, this is my food, then they would be fine. But
yeah.
We could go over there and teach some meditation practices.
Right. That's a really, really good answer, because, the mind is very powerful.
Very, very, very powerful.
And whatever, you set your intent, and like Sister Love said, that can be, whatever your reality is, that's what you create. So if you say that that's your food, that's your food.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me put my little information out here for my nutrition coaching services. All right. I'm certified in holistic nutrition. I'm Sister Love, Stacy Love. I'm the creator of Love Yourself Nutrition Coaching. I created the company to help assist my community in healing from the inside out through healthy eating habits. I love to educate my clients on their current food choices and how and why they may or may not be negatively affecting their body. Love Yourself Nutrition Coaching offers nutrition coaching with love, by love, and through love. I'm here to help you, motivate you, and encourage you to attain good health through good nutrition. I believe in you. You can do it. That's my motto. That's my whole thing. That's why I do it. And you can reach me on Facebook at www.facebook.com/ SMJ Nutrition. That's S as in Sam, M as in Mary, J as in John. SMJ Nutrition. Facebook.com/SMJ Nutrition. Also, my website is www.smjnutrition.com. I can be located there. My comprehensive consultation is currently on sale. 40%, what is it? I don't know. It's on sale. So it's like or something right now. So contact me for your comprehensive consultation and meal plan that I will give you, and my consultations are 60 minutes. I do face-to-face or online or over the phone. So, yeah, no excuse. Not too late. It's not too late to get it going for the new year, to get your new you. And, regenerate and detoxify and decalcify and fill your body with love. That's what I'm here for.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Beautiful.
All right. Well, this is Mrs. Feather. I'm going to put out my little info. You can reach me at goddesssweet@gmail.com. And I do card readings, so if you would like a card reading, they're $25. And just send me your information. I love all the energy that you all bring when you do call in. So probably next week we'll be having another free reading session with our listeners we love so much. So like I said, just reach me at goddesssweet@gmail.com, and you all have a blessed night.
All right, Holistic Gals here, signing off. Find me, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Google+. I'm all over the place teaching health and wealth. So check me out. Thanks for tuning in. God bless. Good night.
God bless. Good night.